Good morning. I don't usually start my vlogs in the car. Hope you are all doing really well. The reason I am currently in the car, I feel like I am looking slightly like an egg in this camera angle because of my top and the fact that I look like I have no hair behind my head. But the reason I'm in the car, I was going to start vlogging before I left the house, and then, to be quite honest, I ran out of time because I was faffing, I was dilly-dallying. I am heading out today to drive to my friend's house, and super excitedly, I have not been here for months and months and months. I am going to the Neptune outlet with her. We're going to the one that it's sort of just off the M4. It's sort of in Swindon area. And then I think we're also going to go and have a look in the Homesense in the same area as well, which I've never been to before. So yeah, I will try and film as much as I can, and I will show you a few bits that they have in the Neptune outlet at the moment. I'm really, really excited. She's not long moved house as well. She's moved into a bigger house with so much potential as well, and she started kind of doing the painting. They're going to do the flooring, they're going to do the windows, they've got a huge garden that they've got loads of potential with as well. She's just put a gorgeous new front door in, so I'm actually looking forward to catching up with her and seeing how the house is looking as well, because of course that is something that I am super excited about and super passionate about and super interested in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her house as well. If there's any projects that she's in the middle of, then I'll see if I can show you some sneaky peeks. But yeah, otherwise I will catch you when we are en route to Neptune. We are back from a very fun day of shopping, browsing, chatting, catching up, eating some nice food. Well, I say a nice food, a nice meal deal in the car. But whilst I'm in here, I thought I would show you one of the rooms, which is looking really gorgeous and really cozy, that we've been kind of figuring out today, moving bits around, rethinking, and we've made it work. And we found some absolutely gorgeous things in Homesense and in Neptune, which obviously I won't be able to show you tomorrow because I didn't buy them, but I thought I'd show you them now. So let me spin you around and I'll show you how this cute little space is looking in her house. So this is kind of a snug dining area, which then leads you on into the kitchen, and we've basically tried to create a really cozy space in here, mixing in some sort of burgundy colour, some warm grey cream tones, and a little bit of green as well. How gorgeous is this lampshade? It is stunning. So it's got a bit of pink in, a bit of bluey green. So we've gone with this arrangement on here, which I think looks gorgeous in this corner. And then it ties in these cushions really nicely as well. I love the colours in this corner. I'm like, where can I put this in my house? And then this was from Facebook Marketplace. I'm very jealous and wish I found it. This was also from Facebook Marketplace, this chair and footstool set, and it is stunning. But yeah, how lovely is this space? So one of the things that we both picked up today was these absolutely stunning pink blossom stems from the Neptune outlet. They were down to £8 each, and we both got 3 stems. And I just think it adds such a gorgeous, like, summery effect to this room. It's just beautiful. It sort of ties in nicely with the pinky bits over here as well. And then Heather picked up this gorgeous piece of artwork from Homesense, which again has got some slight little pinky bits in, which will tie everything in the room together. This is also stunning. Look at this. $24.99. There were quite a few of these in the shop as well, and I do think it is on the website, so I'll see if I can link it. But how lovely is this ballerina piece of artwork? Again, so cozy, it will look gorgeous. This is the other room I want to show you, and this is the masterpiece that was bought today. I'm going to spin round. How gorgeous is that? Obviously, it's not an original Monet painting, but it is a very, very good quality print, and it was $69.99, which we thought was an amazing price. And how lovely does it look against this green wall? So I think the plan is to put it above the sofa here. We've tried it, we've held it up, and it looks stunning. So I'm really excited to see that. And I am back. I am back home. It's actually Sunday now, so the rest of the day flew by. I ended up staying at Heather's house for, I don't know, a few hours, and I ended up getting home past 10 o'clock yesterday, and yeah, it was a really lovely day. If the lighting keeps changing, it is because the sun is coming out, which is so exciting. I think we've all established by now that the sun makes me excited, but it does make the room go light and dark, so sorry if that keeps changing. But yeah, woke up this morning, had a reasonable lie-in. Obviously I was up at 8 o'clock to make sure this week's, or when you're watching this, last week's YouTube video goes up without any hiccups. We do actually have a carpenter around today to do something really exciting in the living room, which I'm sure lots of you will know is coming, and I've been rambling on about it for ages and ages. I did take a very quick clip this morning when I got out of bed, so I will insert that here just for you to see how the day started off. I thought I would give you a very quick living room update just whilst I'm in here, because we actually have a carpenter coming today, which was a little bit spontaneous, but we just decided to go for it and do it. So as you'll be able to see, the mirror that was stood up here, we finally have managed to get onto the wall, and I think it fills the space beautifully. It brings in so much light. I love that you can kind of see into the garden from here. It just looks beautiful. It is quite early in the morning, so there's not kind of a full load of daylight coming into this room just yet. If I kind of come a little bit closer just to show you the mirror up close again, this is the sort of texture that's on here. There we go, there's a better close-up. So yeah, it's from William Wood Mirrors. As I've said before, I just need to get one small little thing to go up here, like some artwork or something, and then I'll be happy. What on earth is the carpenter doing, you ask? Ignore my tulips on here. I think it's officially time that they went. They have had their time. But we have decided to just crack on and get the panelling done on this back wall, and I'm very, very excited. You guys know I've said a million times how empty this wall is and how much I want to fill it with some panelling. So that is exactly what we're going to get done. So we've bought kind of the dado rail, the moulding, everything else that's needed to get it up onto this wall, and he is going to come and get that done for us. So yeah, he's coming in about an hour, so as we go on through the day I will show you how it's looking, and hopefully I'll also in this vlog be able to show you the after. Very exciting things happening. I'm going to pop my tea down behind me because I have pretty much finished that off now. Yes, I'm wearing the same top as I was wearing yesterday. It is very comfy, it is very cozy, and that is exactly how I wanted to dress today, minus the rest of the outfit, but the top is the same, and I just love this. This is the Abercrombie jumper that I'm sure you will have seen me wear a million times. I did pick up a few things yesterday which I will show you. One thing I did want to just really, really quickly touch on, and I'm not going to go into it too much, but I know there were a couple of sort of differing opinions about a couple of the things that I did show you in last week's video. I know that there are a lot of people that don't choose to spend their money in that way, or aren't able to spend their money in that way because of the environment that we do live in the moment, and everything is the most expensive, at least I can recall it being at the moment. Yeah, just wanted to just sort of clarify that that sort of price range of things isn't something I'm going to show you all the time. I will occasionally show you those things because sometimes I do like to invest in more expensive things because of the quality or the cost per wear, or, you know, something in the house that I know will last, such as a piece of furniture that maybe you could buy cheaper elsewhere. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on about that. Let me show you. I didn't go crazy yesterday, partly because my bank balance did not allow me to go crazy, but also partly because I just wanted to get things that I knew I had a place for, or I knew I needed, or that I didn't have anything similar to. So yeah, without further ado, let me show you what I picked up. So first of all, I'm going to have to sit back to show you this one because it is a rather long item, but I spotted, this is the only thing that I found in the Neptune outlet. They did have some really lovely pieces. I spotted these pink blossom stems, and I have to say, although they were still £8 a stem, which is on the more expensive side, they were significantly reduced from the price that they would have been originally, and I haven't seen stems like this anywhere else personally. And the thing that I like the most about them, as well as having the really dainty flowers on, I love the colour of the actual stem itself. I think it's really effective being this sort of pinky reddy colour compared to a standard green stem. So hopefully you can see all of the details on the flowers there, but I thought these were just beautiful. And how perfect would they be for summer as well? I absolutely love them. Again, you can manipulate them, you can bend them. They are going to look beautiful. So maybe once I get the chance later, I will show you how I plan to style these. There's a few different vases I'm going to try them in because I just think they'd be beautiful. So yeah, picked those up and I'm very happy with them. Moving swiftly on, let me pop these down on the floor. The other place that we popped into was Homesense, and I did pick up just a couple of things in there which I'll show you. I'll show you the boring, well, not the boring bits, but I'll show you the most boring thing first. I picked up a sieve because I needed a new sieve. Ours broke actually, and I definitely needed one when I was making my American style pancakes for pancake day. So picked up one of those. $4.99, not much else to say about a sieve. I also spotted these really lovely silicone kitchen utensils, and I've wanted some silicone ones for a while because at the moment we only have metal ones, and again, when I was making things like pancakes, it would have been much better for me to have a silicone, kind of a flexible bendy spatula rather than a metal one. So I was rooting through to see which ones I could find, and these were actually in the clearance, so they were £2 each, which I thought was fab, and I think they look gorgeous. They'd actually look really nice on display as well. So it's a nice combination of a nice light wood colour and then a really beautiful sage green silicone. So I loved these. They're part of the Jeff Banks Pour La Maison range, so you've got a little bit of branding on the handle as well, and as I said, they were both £2. The very last thing I got is something that I spotted, or I have spotted, probably the last 2 times I've been into a Homesense or a TK Maxx, and both times I've not picked it up. And then the other day I was scrolling through my Instagram and I spotted someone had it in their house, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love that. I thought that's the thing that I've spotted and I haven't picked up. So this time when I found it, I thought, do you know what, screw it. It's such a good price. I'm gonna pick it up and I will be able to find somewhere to put it. So it's a piece of artwork and it is this beautiful, I'm gonna try not to get the glare of the window on it. It is this beautiful framed print, which I just love. I think it's so simple. It's not got much colour to it. So it's just this beautiful sort of greyish on sort of a creamy background plant. and it's so simple, but it's just so effective. I don't know if it has a name. I'm guessing this is the brand here, Gallery 15, and I'm pretty sure I've seen this online as well, so if I have seen it online, I'll certainly show you. But I just know I'll be able to find somewhere for this. It's a gorgeous size. I love the frame as well. How beautiful is that? It's sort of a vintage antique brass colour. And in case you couldn't tell by the giant label on here, it's only $19.99, so it's a fabulous price. And that was everything I picked up, to be honest. It wasn't a super crazy haul. I wasn't planning on doing a super crazy haul, so it was just a few bits that I found. But otherwise, I think I'm going to go and make myself one more cup of tea, and I'm going to have a spot of lunch because it is 26 minutes past 2. And I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, so I'm going to go and get myself a very yummy snack. I thought whilst I'm upstairs, let me move this mess on the floor out the way. I will show you what's going on down there in a moment. I was wondering whether these would work up here in this vase, because they are much taller and I think they could fit the space quite well. I don't want them to clash with the pink in the frame, but I think there's potential. I'm just going to temporarily, you can see my my makeshift bouquet tie on there, aka an elastic band, but I'm just going to give it a go. Ooh, I think the vase is too small. Let me just give it another little bend. I think they're too tall. They'd have to have quite a lot of bending. Pop that there. Okay. I'm seeing potential. I'm seeing potential. I don't think it's right. We're going to have to keep it the same for now. If I pop these back in. For now we'll keep it the same, and we will find another beautiful spot for these stems. I'm sure I can find somewhere. Whilst I'm up here, I managed to get something that, once again, I have been meaning to get for what feels like forever. I picked up, when we were in Wickes, some new drawer knobs for the drawers literally just behind me. So I went with these really lovely antique brass knobs, one of which I have taken out. We need to cut the screws down because they are way too long, but hopefully you can see the sort of tones of it here, and I think it will make such a difference to these drawers instantly. I'm kind of torn as to whether to paint these drawers. I'm not really sure. I don't know whether to do it sort of a creamy colour, whether I French chic it and make it like a faux wood, whether I keep it the same. I'm a bit torn. Here is the reveal of the living room panelling. What a difference does this make? Does that make sense? What a difference does this make? How much of a difference? How much of a difference does this make to the back wall? Now, at the moment, it has been primed, so what I'm going to do, literally in a few minutes' time, is to paint it the same colour as the wall, so it won't stick out quite as much as it does now. But if I try and move back as much as I can, James is here on the sofa. So I'm currently interrupting the football. I'm not going to take too long. But yeah, this is how the back wall is looking. So we've got a dado rail along the middle, and then we've got 6 boxes or rectangles. As I keep saying, it's going to fill the wall without actually filling the wall, and it will just look gorgeous. And I'm also thinking I could put a piece of artwork, or even the artwork that I've just got, who knows, in the middle of this square, just to sort of add a nice feature and a pop of colour without taking up too much space. So I think what I'll do is pop you guys on a time lapse, get this painted to the best of my ability, and then I will show you how it's looking after. But let me know what you think. I'm super, super happy with this.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck, I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up 'cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my...
So a bit of an update for you. Excuse the mess and the tripod, I probably should have moved that. But this is now how it's looking. You can see, obviously this is where I started, and this is where the paint is still very much wet, but it is coming together so nicely and I could not be happier with it. I don't know if I showed you up close, because if anyone is planning on doing something really similar, honestly, I think the hardest part sometimes is actually choosing the moulding and the dado. So I will link the ones that we got down below. We got them from Wix and the carpenter basically ordered them for us. So this is the moulding that we've gone for, and then this is the dado, and you can see he's basically used a nail gun just to nail it onto the wall. But oh my goodness, how much of a difference. If I try and come back as far as I possibly can without standing in the olive tree, how much of a difference does that make to the room? I warned you, it's a messy room right now. And if I walk over to the door as well, when you first walk in and look at it this way, the light's not going to be great, but again, you can see just how much of a difference that makes to the room. So we'll have a lovely console table in the middle. I'll probably keep the chair in the corner for now. James has just been painting the back garden fence. Oh my gosh, your hand has turned the colour of the fence. See, this is James's version of painting, messy. This is as messy as my hand has got. The tiniest bit of paint on here, and that's as much as I've got on me. But James just goes all out. He fully invests himself in the painting. But yeah, thought I would show the update. Very pleased with that. We're quickly running out of daylight now, so I don't know if I'll get the second coat done today, but we'll see how we get on. Whilst I have a moment as well, I will show you, hopefully the light adjusts, how wonderful the new patio slabs are looking. So we still have one more to put down, but James purposely left that gap there so that we actually were able to get in and out of the house without standing on the slabs. But how gorgeous are these slabs? What he's also done is he's extended, ignore this one on the slate here, but he's extended it slightly so that we've got the olive trees on a slab as well, which I have completely neglected. But yes, yeah, so you've got the planters here, we've got this gorgeous planter which also came from New Stone, which is where the slabs came from. I have been a little bit of a numpty with the olive trees. Basically, we put the olive trees under like a cover for when autumn winter came about so that the frost didn't damage them, which was perfectly fine and they've lasted. However, we had them under the porch and for some reason it didn't clock in my head that we were still going to need to water them. So they've been under a cover probably for about 2 months, if not more. They're still green, a few of the leaves are brown, and when James moved them to put them back out, quite a few of the leaves did fall off. They literally just crisped off, and one of the branches came off as well. So I really hope that's not the end of my olive trees. I hope I can still save them. I've given them a big drink, but if anyone has any advice on how to not necessarily bring them back to life, but bring them back to health, then let me know. I don't want to be the person that killed 2 olive trees. I've been meaning to show you guys something really cool as well, which I thought I would just pop a snippet of in this part of the vlog as well. I'm going to forget to do it next week, and I feel like it's something that needs to be shared because I am a big advocate for saving money when I can. I've got them displayed in my little scallop tray, which I think is absolutely adorable. So what I wanted to show you was these fragrances from a brand that has very, very recently been introduced to me, and it's called Dialect. My absolute favourite thing is when my battery dies halfway through a sentence. But yeah, the brand is called Dialect, which is spelt like this. And they actually really kindly sent these to me, but I have been using what I would call inspired by perfume scents over the last, I would say, 6 or 7 years. Because I just think with perfumes, as much as I like to have, you know, the fancy bottle and everything, I do think if it can smell the same and you can literally pay a third of the price, then why wouldn't you? So I have got on the tray, this is the one that I've opened and I've been using, which is called Sweet Bouquet. And this one is inspired by and basically matched to the Lancôme La Vie est Belle fragrance, which is literally my go-to summer perfume. I absolutely love it. It's so floral, it's so pretty, and this smells just like it. And arguably, so it's an eau de parfum, which if you didn't know, an eau de parfum is stronger than an eau de toilette, hence why they're usually a bit more expensive. I then got flower powder, which it does say on the back, which is inspired by Marc Jacobs Daisy. So this again is a really nice floral scent that I thought would be nice for summer. And then the last one I got, which is again one of my favourite scents, and I normally keep this for kind of autumn time, is inspired by Baccarat Rouge, which is literally one of my favourite scents ever. So they're all 50ml. They're all pretty well priced. I think the Baccarat Rouge one is £39 because it is a slightly more premium scent. Obviously that is significantly cheaper than the price tag of the actual fragrance that it's inspired by. But yeah, and then these other two are £29, which I think for a nice perfume is a really reasonable price. And they have actually given me I think it's 15% discount code, should you guys want to treat yourselves to some perfumes as well. So yeah, I thought I would just show you those because they are a new favourite of mine, and I've been wearing this one every single day. If you are sort of still on the hunt for a Mother's Day gift, then this might be a really nice way to treat a very special lady in your life to a beautiful perfume without having to spend hundreds of pounds. I'll pop the discount code on the screen again, and I will also pop a link to these down in the description box below if you or someone you know would love to try these. A few hours have now passed and I'm currently admiring what is behind me. How nice of a background is this compared to the very, very blank wall that was there before. I have lit a couple of candles and we are currently cozied up on the sofa. A few hours have passed. We have a delicious roast dinner cooking in the oven, thanks to James. And I didn't even know we were having a roast dinner today until I think a couple of hours ago. And I was very, very pleased to hear that because I could really do with a roast dinner. There are so many phones going off in here. I am currently cozied up on the sofa. I watched a Disney film earlier. Well, I kind of had it on in the background. But otherwise, it's just going to be a nice, relaxed Sunday evening, I think. Not much else left to report, but I feel like we've had a really productive day, to be honest. Dinner is ready. Oh my goodness me. All my favourite things in one. Is it, so this is turkey?
Yeah.
We have turkey, salt and pepper turkey, stuffing, Yorkshire puds, potatoes, which look amazing, carrots and parsnips. Oh my goodness. Plate this up. I demand. I am so excited for this. Have we got gravy?
We will do.
Shall I make some gravy? Is it in here? Our little condiments cupboard, as I call it. What do we have? We have chicken gravy. That sounds about right. Go with chicken gravy. Some cutlery. I am excited for this. I'm also very excited at how springy this table looks. Makes me very happy. My little parrot tulips. Stars of the show. I've got my kitchen garden candles back out as well, which I have not had on the table for a while. Roast dinner is done, and it is safe to say I am full to the brim. I think I might explode. It was, I think we both agreed, it was potentially the best roast that James has ever made. And the meat did very much help with that. I think he said it was a salt and pepper turkey, and it was basically the same price as buying a chicken, but it had so much more flavour. So yeah, I am absolutely full to the brim. So we are going to head out and just go for a very dark but very needed walk. And then also I was thinking, let me show you what I was thinking. I was thinking, how about these for here? Because I actually think that would be a really great way of me keeping this for autumn, winter, and then having these for spring, summer. I think that would be really gorgeous, and they still kind of match with the tones that I've got on the bed here. So I think I might do that a bit later and see how they look. Also, James has very kindly cut down the screws for me. I'll show you in this drawer because this is just my pyjamas drawer. He's cut down the screws for me, and I am a big fan of these drawer knobs. How lovely do they look? I'll try and show you in daylight, but I'm a big fan of those. How much of a difference if I step back? I mean, you can just see my shadow, to be honest, can't you? But how much of a difference does that make as opposed to the crystal ones that we had? Big fan.